What I like to take some time to do right now is show you how to make a sinusoidal regression in the calculator. So when we have part E that's talking about the rabbit population over the 2-year period, I have those values and it asks me to determine the sinusoidal function that could model that data. In order to do that, I need to go to a new document, and you don't need to save the previous one. And I'm going to add a list in a spreadsheet, just as I have in the past when I'm trying to figure out a regression. My A value is going to be X. My B value continues to be Y. And now I'm going to take the data that I have and input it as the data for my independent values and my dependent variable values. So my X is 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 12, 15, 19, 24. That's coming directly from the data table. And then when I go back to fill out the actual population, I just match the data as I go down the list and enter it as it was given to me. All right, now the next step is a step where some of us get a little confused, because we try to do the calculate from within a box that already has data in it. I want you to make sure that you go to an empty box that does not have any data in it, no numbers, and when you click menu here, now you're able to choose statistics. We're doing a statistic calculation, and we're not interested in any of those regressions, but choice letter C, a sinusoidal regression, is going to give us the graph that best matches in terms of sine or cosine. Just like in the past, I need to tell the calculator that to read my X value and my Y values, and then from there I can hit OK. This regression equation is in the form of A times sine of parentheses B times X plus C plus D. So if you think back to the Ferris wheel, where they also talked about A, B, C, and D rather than H and K. At this point, I don't really need to write anything down yet, but what I can do is add a page, add a graph, and we know that our F1, we've already saved the regression, and so we can hit enter and it will form the graph for us. Now obviously I'm not seeing anything because there's a few more steps. I need to change my window. So to change my window, I'm going to choose menu, 4, and then 1 for the window settings. And if I use the wolf graph as a guide, my x-axis needs to go from about -2 to at least 24. And I want my scale to go by 1. And my y minimum doesn't really need to go very low because the population can't have negative rabbits. But my maximum population actually has to exceed that of the wolf population. So the wolf population graph goes to 170 on our paper, but this I know has some values of 460. So I'm going to enter 500 just to be sure. I'm going to let the scale be automatic here because the calculator will just figure that out for me. And when I graph it, I see here that the curve is completely on there and it's completely fitting within my window. One cool thing that I noticed is that this long equation is a little bit cumbersome, and we don't maybe want to see that because we don't need it. And if we did need to see what it was, we can always go back to page 1. So what you can do is click on it, and if you hit second control menu, a pop-up screen will come up, and you have the option to either hide it if you don't want to delete it, or just delete it. I'm going to delete it because I'm not going to need that. And so now my graph has a little bit cleaner space for when I want to do some math with it and to analyze it further. Thanks for watching. You can like and subscribe. Comments are always welcome.